next series now coming at us. So.
Yeah, both ECX and us Complexity were kind of having a little bit of slow starts. Don't want to say it's ringers, but we've had a little bit of a slower start than some of the other teams. So it's good to see ECX with we'll call it a more stable roster. It's not the full five, but as you pointed out, Charlie is a very solid addition to their team. So uh, it should be a really good series um, with the roster situations and. We got the first half of the drafts already finishing, so Midas Pubmaster Wild Soul for Fresh, Lord Soul Forest Behemoth, and Rhapsody for Evil Corporation. Nothing too crazy at the moment. A lot of strong picks, some good lane presence from Fresh, and yeah, liking the drafts so far from both sides.
Yeah, also worth pointing out, Salamon was banned initially by Evo Corporation, as well as Sandwraith for that matter. So, um,
Hmm.
interesting that, yeah, I mean, obviously, those are two very annoying heroes to play against. Carries, the Maka Brilliance. Yes, it did get nerfed. It seems like again, it did just happen, so I want to see, over a little bit of time here, but it seems like both those heroes, though, are still very powerful choices, even with the little bit of a nerf to Maka Brilliance, as we talked a little bit about yesterday. So, but yeah, it almost sounds like you're a little curious about Imboboy banning both of those. You think that maybe was a little over the top, or?
No, I wouldn't say it's out of the ordinary. We saw was it in the first game of last series, the Sandwraith having very high impact,
Yeah.
even against the Mage Bane. So, very powerful hero. Understand the ban completely, but that does open up the door to heroes like the Wild Soul, which is a very comfort hero for Fresh. They have two Wild Soul players, both Probusk and Denver Pro, play it quite well. So, could be played by either player. And we do have the Fade picked up as the fourth pick. That suggests we're going to see some action, perhaps a tri-lane coming out, and Wild Soul maybe stepping into more of a laning role, as Fresh does tend to like to do. So, um, yeah, like to see the Fade picked up. Promotes a lot of action, very high impact hero. We're going to see the Kraken come out for Evil Corporation. That way they have a lockdown tool for the Puppet or perhaps the Wild Soul. Uh, and there's the final pick, Blitz. So
Huh.
another aggressive hero to fit with the Fade. I like it a lot. There are three melee cores so far for Evil Corporation. Blitz is fantastic with the Lightning Shackles. Shackles ultimate against melee cores, so I really like the Blitz pickup here.
Yeah, no, Blitz, interesting. Definitely not your typical support again, of course. But at the same time, yeah, it really does provide quite a bit. And the uniqueness of the Quicken, too, is a powerful tool that can come into play. So fun to see that here. And Swiftblade is how we will finish it off. So go figure. We have back-to-back games now where we happen to have Swiftblade kind of
Mhm.
being seen here. Again, I hear that has dropped off a bit. But going to be in the hands of Imboboy, it looks like. So as their carry choice, Lord South Forest probably end up in the jungle, of course. I would guess. I assume they're still going to swap there. Tank of Fetch Aeoli. Swap. Swap. Oh god, he's AFK.
Yeah, yeah. When you know something's a little off when Charlie's not on the hard support. But yeah, so we see the Switchblade yet again, as you pointed out. I will say I'm gonna say it's kind of the same as last game. I like it and I don't like it, and it's really good against the Puppet Master. He can spin and disrupt a lot of the crowd control. Most of Puppet's damage comes from the Voodoo Puppet, at least early on. It is not the greatest pick against a Wild Soul, but just like last game, they had the Warbeast, so and the Switchblade did very well. So it's I think still going to have high impact, similar to last game that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like the Switchblade pick uh, again, and they have what was it, Lord Soft Forest as a core, so it's not by itself again, whereas we had the Doctor Pulsar last game. So it's not all in on the Switchblade, so to speak.
Yeah, they got some backup there. So, all right, go back into the game right here. Gonna remake here real quickly. Hopefully, whoever was AFK is back now. But yeah, going to be going to game number one of this series now. So Looking forward to this one. This, of course, Evil Corporation versus Fresh, and then this will be followed by BMG versus Polymorph. To see some more BMG later on today against a Polymorph team that definitely a solid team themselves. So,
Yeah.
All right, they are setting back up once again. But yeah, we got. I have to see the picks again here for.
Yeah, I think it was for Hellborn. I'm trying to remember now because we did talk about Fresh's lineup. I think it was Behemoth, Self Force, Rhapsody, Switchblade, and I'm blanking on. Oh, Kraken.
Oh,
Okay,
that's right.
so
Yeah.
where there's no jungler on E6's side, so we're gonna see Behemoth in the secondary support role, most likely played by Tankafet, and that means we could definitely have the possibility of try versus try. Um, I'm thinking in the top lane, head-on collision. So yeah, that's what stands out at least from the two drafts.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Fresh does have the option of sending the Wild Soul jungle. However, with the Fade picked up in the Blitz, just makes a whole lot of sense to run a tri lane, two aggressive heroes that really want to be in on that action.
Yeah, some people bringing it up. I don't personally know what the deal is. I mean, hopefully, I assume he's going to be back. We're talking about Nier here for the fifth ECX.
Okay.
He hasn't been around for a couple of weeks here now in this event, so I don't know if he's just on vacation or what the deal is. But this is a team in ECX that sure the Deadeye Bounty League may not be the most things on the line. We've talked about that before, but if anything, it's again kind of keeping teams warmed up before the playoffs take place, which is then the big deal here. So. And ECX is no doubt one of the top favorites there. Say them and, of course, you guys in Complexity over there. So I would assume that's all going to be the same by that time going around at least. But, yeah, we'll see if anything comes from that. But I have not heard anything different is my point.
Yeah, and it's tough to argue after what we've seen as of late that ECX isn't the top contender, at least maybe slightly ahead of us. Who knows? We're still up there. But I will say we've been slacking a little bit on the practice, so that could influence some things, of course. But
yeah, well,
ECX one of the top teams at the moment. For sure.
I mean, there's still a lot of time. I mean, it's unfortunate how much time there is in between, frankly, but there is still a bit of time here before the playoffs. So. We got, a month and a half. The playoffs don't start until, I want to say, early May, if I'm not mistaken. So, yep. Got a little bit. Yeah, the Deadeye Bounty League goes to until, the later part of April. So, yeah, early May, it looks like. When the playoffs
kind of wishing it was the opposite in terms of the events, but, it is what it is. So.
Yeah.
Well, gotta use this event as a warm-up or practice for, the big qualifier.
Here's the trick. This actually is this is actually the qualifier for the World Finals.
We've just been hustled this time.
We lied to you. It's like, no. What were you doing? Could you imagine? That would be quite the troll.
That would be.
I don't even realize.
That'd be worse than what I experienced in EMM.
Druids is going to the World Finals, guys. Undefeated. Well, almost.
Hey, if they play like they're playing now. Who knows?
Yeah. These playoffs, I am really excited for them. I genuinely am. They're going to be a great playoffs here. So, Sync, of course, will not be a part of them as they already qualified. But we haven't seen Sync yet either for this Deadeye Bounty League, go figure. We see them for the first time next weekend, it looks like. Yeah, they play BMG next weekend.
I think Slap is on vacation or whatnot, so enjoying himself a little bit.
Yeah.
For a little while. So yeah, Sync gets to watch these games and see what's going on.
All right. ... Yeah, I think ProBusk is a little frustrated here. They have obviously with a little bit of a delay again. I assume they were waiting for our match to finish, and obviously we appreciate that, but it's also understandable if they did want to start sooner than later here, but. And then now with a remake and a pause here, so it is a little delayed
and
here.
We are 1 hour later because of the time change over
well,
here?
America is, yeah.
Okay, so I guess it doesn't affect them. Okay,
No,
that's true.
they're the same. Yeah, they're all still the same time zone. They're Europe doesn't change until what is it? It looks like the next this weekend, and then not next weekend, but the following weekend, March 27th. It
Huh.
looks like. Yeah.
That was unclear how that worked, but
So
okay. So yeah, we have Probusk on the World. So we saw yesterday he had a fantastic performance, almost 900 GPM. Felt like he was almost 1v5ing at that point. We'll have to, keep a watch on see how well he does again. But yeah, that was quite a performance yesterday by Busk, having a fantastic game.
yeah. All right, ready to go here. But yeah, Probus definitely impressive carry player, and we'll look forward to seeing how he does in the Wild Soul again here today. Mentioning did look really good yesterday, and this is kind of become. I know we talk about they do have that option of running it perhaps in the jungle too, with Denver Pro, but it feels like the last like 5 or 6 times they picked up this hero, it's always been in the hands of Probusk in the short
Hmm.
lane. So don't have the Quincy stats unfortunately to back that up, but wouldn't be surprised if that was the
Yeah,
case. So
that's a good point you bring up.
yeah, so it seems like it's going to become a comfortable thing for them. Yeah, I was also going to point out that Magebane actually made it through this whole game. I don't think he was banned or picked, obviously, at all. So
Hmm.
it's another one of these heroes that seems like is a very popular choice. But I wonder if a little bit it had to do with, like, if you're ECX, if you see the Puppet Master, is that a hero that maybe makes you not want to pick Magebane?
Well, when you see Puppet and Wild Soul picked up, it kind of suggests that they could do this type of a laning phase. And when you run a Mage Bane, you're not really looking to contest, so to speak, in tri lane. So, Mage Bane definitely hurts your laning phase. And if you draft very strong lanes with, tri lane strong solos, you could run into a little bit of a problem, at least making it out throughout the first 15 minutes. So, that's Mage Bane's biggest weakness. And, everybody knows that he doesn't, start off quite well. But if you give him the free farm, he has the monster games like we've seen. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I think it kind of you feel it in the drafting to where if the strong lanes look like they're going to develop, you kind of got to shy away from the hard carries sometimes. So, picking up the Swift Blade, the Self Forest, they can do a lot with farm, but they're also very aggressive at early points in the game. So that's the differences between those types of picks and the Mage Banes.
Speaking of aggressive here, we do got obviously aggressive trial lanes being ran on both sides. In fact, Behemoth going in. Can he land he can, but not on the wrong side. You can tell he was trying to get that angle there, but Zane unfortunately just on the wrong side, and Wild Soul will survive as a result. So, but yeah, interesting choice here. I mean, again, Zane running as that secondary support down here, really, instead of
Yep.
the suicide behemoth is what we're so used to seeing him as. But yeah, so they keep
Top
Self Force in the
lane,
lane,
Puppet
who
Show.
is in a little bit of trouble, but I think he's going to live through this. Yeah, a little too tanky there. Makes get the kill. But yeah, I mean these lanes, they could have easily ran South Forest Jungle, Behemoth Suicide, done Swiftblade short lane. Why do you think they went so aggressive here?
If they didn't match Fresh's laning phase, then they would fall behind in the lane that gets tri-laned, where that would be the Switchblade being up there. And with this type of a lineup, you don't want to really sacrifice your Switchblade. So it's just way easier to have less farm in your Behemoth. If you're gonna run him in an off lane, you're gonna have not that much on him anyway. So you might as well just put him in the second support role, have him, help the lanes do well, get the farm up onto the cores, which, in the end are the heroes that you really want to see do well.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes a lot of sense that they mirror Fresh's laning phase so that they can, do just as well for the first 15 minutes as Fresh does.
Well, God, I mean they really are addressing Probusk here, even when he goes into the jungle, trying to pick up some kind of farm. Behemoth and Rhapsody were on top of him, harassing, almost trying to kill Boo Boo there, but do not have enough damage to do so. So Probusk continues to get that farm going, and actually Behemoth and Rhapsody, they're going to end up moving around a little bit. So yeah, the idea of running these aggressive lanes here, both sides have kind of gone away from it all of a sudden. I mean, even Puppet Master up here he's now by himself as we see. We got Blitz coming back up, but not going to be able to make a play there as Lord Salforce is already falling back. So, yeah, some early rotations coming out here on both the sides. We got middle lane matchup, though, staying the same, though, of course. Midas versus the Kraken. And right now you got Midas currently at 18-1, Kraken 17-1. It's actually a very close battle here in the middle lane, Kraken versus Midas. Is that surprising to you?
It's not really surprising. Both heroes are very hard to kill by nature for the other one. There's, I would say it's a little bit in the edge of Midas simply due to the harassment factor, whereas Kraken has to walk all the way up to him to hit him with Splash. So the creep farm really isn't that surprising to me. Both heroes are quite good at getting the last hits against each other. But I do give the edge slightly to Midas in terms of lane harassment and being able to apply, more pressure. But, Kraken is a strength hero, so just like Midas, able to withstand a lot of harassment himself. So,
yeah.
In the end, I think not really too surprising, no.
It continues to be the back-and-forth battle here of the auto attacks into the creeps there. But the top lane is actually where a bit of action could start happening now. You do see the supports here on the Hellborn side have rotated up here, Behemoth and Rhapsody. You got Blitz and Fade coming back up here as well, so definitely could have some fun interaction here shortly. Lord Salforce taking the Blitzkrieg initially. There's the follow-up puppet show, the Burning Shadows. Cool, everything used, but Salforce, he's so tanky, and they turn on a Fade easily. I guess they just didn't know the support was nearby, but yeah, Salforce is not an easy target to take down, and I don't feel like I feel like I'm stating the obvious there, but they felt like they could, and well, they couldn't. As we saw.
Yeah, they do have a fair amount of lockdown between the puppet, the Fade, and the Blitz, but Salforce is very tanky by nature, and if he's just allowed to get off that life tap, that's a little bit of that HP swing that he needs to just withstand the crowd control, and then they can look to turn it with the two supports. So, yeah, as you pointed out, just Salforce being a really hard target to kill, and just baits the crowd controls, and they look to turn it. So really nice job from ECX there.
Yeah. Get the Bloodlust kill. Looks like Emma Boy's going to reconnect right here. Again, seeing him in that long lane down here as far as playing the carry Swift Blade, but doing his thing against Wild Soul currently. Emma Boy is doing very well, 31-16. He did have that support, obviously, from the beginning, but at this point, they have transitioned been out of here for a bit, but by all means is essentially free farming down here still, it feels like. Maybe, Wild Soul's also been in the jungle a little bit, but he is back here. But now with the levels and this early farming, you see Swiftblade just throws out the spin, pushes up the creep wave. Could deal some decent damage even to Boo Boo right there, so also having to still be careful about that. But yeah, wouldn't be surprised if Swiftblade, I guess, just simply stays down here. There's nothing really forcing him out of the lane, so.
No, it really is a matter of where the supports are for both sides. Faye gonna throw out the Burning Shadows, hits all three heroes, by the way. Do they have enough lockdown for Salforce? They're gonna turn it on to Fade. He goes down.
Oh man, Blitz does get the kill though. Yeah, that final auto attack, I thought for a second he actually was gonna get away, and that would have just been so brutal again. But yeah, big Burning Shadows from Fade though to help set that all up, it sounded like. Get the kill on the Salforce finally. So that's an exchange that they will take, of course.
Yeah, definitely. And although Fade is still level 1, they do bring down the Salforce. So, Puppet getting that experience, a little extra goal boost with the assist. So nothing to scoff at. Definitely in favor of Fresh in that trade.
Yeah. Yeah, still level 1. Wow, that's a good point. I mean, he has Striders right here at least, so at least still provides a decent stun. It's unfortunate that I guess he probably resurrected even before Salforce actually died there. So didn't get that experience as a result. Either that or was out of range, but he hits level 2 now, at least. So has a little bit of follow-up now with that call coming up as far as some extra damage here. We got our middles that are hitting level 6s and whatnot. Of course, well, Midas level 4 is what really matters, but wonder if they're going to start moving soon, maybe make a play up here, or should we expect it to be pretty static as far as the other lanes go?
I think we definitely could see a rotation from Midas. He has the Invis in his bottle. He did get the 6-minute rune. What he could do is he could look to nuke out the wave, go into fog, channel or use the Invis in TB top, where there's a lot of crowd control from Fresh's tri lane, and they could look to catch ECX off guard, perhaps get a couple of kills up there. So we'll have to keep an eye on what Denver Pro does decide to do with this Invis rune, because definitely the potential to set up some kills, specifically in the top lane.
You got Blitz rotating middle, but not making it too secret that that's what he's doing. Top lane Puppet taking some good damage, but not enough for a kill. I don't know if that fissure block was off there or not, but
it just stunned him, simply didn't wall or anything of that nature, so
okay.
just simply the stun.
Just harassing a little bit, it sounds like. So Forrest will go into the jungle instead.
Here we go, Invis running
Oh.
top.
Yeah.
So there's no word of revelation, so Midas is going to get to scout out all this information. Does spot out the low HP South Forest, going to open.
That should be a free kill, yeah.
Has enough damage with the transient, really well executed there.
Yeah, big find, obviously, on Tankafed here. You know, I was just going to say, too, the Lord South Forest is not really farming that well, 240 gold per minute. So it's good that Mint's able to kind of keep him in check up there, and even getting another kill onto him. So gonna really force Tankafed to have to get in that recovery mode, which definitely South Forest can do by all means, but it's better to do that than have him snowball early.
Yeah, and ideally what you want is the South Forest to be getting the solo experience. He's not really an ideal tri-lane hero, whereas Swiftblade, you know, if Swiftblade was up here, they could definitely be killing with the stun from Behemoth and Rhapsody on top of the Blade Frenzy. But, you know, obviously Lord South Forest doesn't have too many defensive mechanisms to where if he is down here in the long lane, he is very susceptible to dying, whereas Swiftblade has the spin to escape any stuns. So, that is the biggest difference with, you know, Swiftblade and South Forest in their lanes. South Forest not really the best tri-lane hero.
Yeah.
Does rotate into the jungle to get a little bit of boosted farm. Feeling that top is too risky with Puppet Master now having his Voodoo Puppet available.
Okay, you know, I know it's been a little bit here now, but even just kind of seeing right there, just that, imagining how much that change has really helped junglers so much. You being a jungler player yourself, the idea that you can kill creeps inside the camp and not matter about blocking it. I mean, right there, you just nuked the yellow camp, killed it right before the new minute, and then a new one spawned. So obviously beforehand you can't do that. So it must just feel so much nicer as a jungler, not having to worry about that anyway. I mean, you being a jungler, is that something you've really kind of picked up on, or is it kind of something that you've like? It's just a nice little addition, but it's not really something you take advantage of.
Well, what I will say about the jungle change specifically is that I feel like it hinders, I don't want to say the more skilled players, but, you know, it removes the tedious factor of having to pull the camps out, kill them outside of the spawn so the corpses don't block the camp. So it is really nice in the sense that it's less tedious. And it also opens the door to a lot of maybe less popular junglers because of, you know, obviously you can kill the camps in the spawn. Whereas, you know, pulling it out's a lot harder for, you know, melee junglers specifically.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can definitely jungle a lot of different heroes. Heroes like Dr. Pulsar who are like less common. You could definitely, you know, get away with running heroes like that, and they can kill the camps and the spawns and whatnot. So, you know, it is a nice change overall for that regard. Middle lane, release the Kraken, hasted Kraken, takes down Midas, really nicely done.
Yeah, didn't catch it unfortunately, but yeah, with a haster in it, it makes a lot more sense as to how he's able to get that off there. So saw Blitz porting in, but clearly it was not going to happen in time, and just too much up front there from Kraken, using essentially everything. But big kill for him, and now he's going to rotate to the top lane, and this could be big. TP coming in as well from, it looks like, the Rhapsody, as well as actually Swiftblade. So they get the one kill off the bat on a fade. Blitz is going to use the Quicken, jet the hell on out of there, and actually Puppet Master already TPing away. So all five end up here really, and they get one kill, but now they're going to have to figure out what they want to do, perhaps push the top lane in. But decent getaway from Fresh, though, with all the numbers coming up there. Meanwhile, Wild Soul, he's 400 gold per minute. The bottom down here.
Yeah, and that kill onto Fade, in all honesty, doesn't mean a whole lot. It's 155 gold. He's only level 3, so it's not a very valuable kill, and they rotated a lot of players up there. Slipblade gonna be forced to use the spin, gets quite low, but is not gonna be in threat of dying. We do see ECX actually coming from a flank position here, so we'll have to see how
Yeah.
the wall comes out.
Should be cut a Puppet. Oh, the Swift Slash that bounces immediately to the creep wave, though, and Puppet's going to live as a result, at least
He might be dead
initially.
now.
And now, yeah, Swiftblade is
Nope.
going to dive in here, though, looking to still make the kill happen, but he's unsuccessful. He's going for Blitz, can't do that, though. He's going to spin away the tower. One more attack! It's not going to be enough, but now Behemoth is caught. Midas is going to chase, should be able to get the transmute off and secure a kill onto him eventually. There we go. Background over here. We got Kraken. Oh, he was trying to find the Puppet maybe. But as we see, he is not over here. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, the fact that Puppet actually managed to live right there. But dive in the tower. They couldn't really make it work. Release the
Perfect
Kraken.
spot.
Midas is caught in it. He got the transmute off at least initially. But now here's Fade. Trying to save him. Not going to happen, though. Kraken a little too strong right there. But now TP coming in. And Kraken will have to get away using the portal key. Nice disjoint there. Was that
That's
the
ultimate
ultimate?
for Blitz.
That was.
Yeah. There is animation on that, so not instant damage. Really nice portal key. Baits out that ultimate. Gonna get hit with the Blitzkrieg though. Charge gonna buy him the distance. He's gonna be okay.
That's good.
So,
Oh, that was
yeah, a
interesting
little
fight.
unfortunate with the RNG on the Swift Slashes there, but he's gonna be hit with a puppet show. Is he gonna be brought down?
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Chase is successful there. And God, look at this Wild Soul. This is a Wild Soul that was even manned up against early. Now, I know they rotated very early on, but still, 470 gold per minute. Going to be nearly 500 after that kill, and now a tower push as well. Oh, boy.
Wild Soul, baby.
Yeah, it feels like Salamon here, but it's not. And there's the tower kill. So over 500 gold per minute now. What does he usually like to get now? Okay, yeah,
Firebrand.
yeah.
There it is. Yep. Very traditional. Helps him farm a little bit quicker. Gives him the extra mobility so he can really move around camp to camp, as well as chase people down. Eventually build that into a Frostburn. Bottom lane, dive comes out onto Midas. He goes down. That was, I think, the Undying taking him down. So
Yeah.
nice job with that kill. They get the tower as well. So that pretty much evens up the golden XP since we did have a tower. Oh, another kill.
Kraken finding a blitz support over there. And meanwhile, in the middle lane, speaking of another kill, it's going to be, oh, Puppet stopped at the last second. He gets the kill, but he ends up dying right after. The auto attack was in an animation to secure it. I mean, he gets it anyways, but nice turn, and obviously big for a Hellborn team. 3 for 1, losing Rhapsody. They'll take that every day of the week. Big fight there for ECX here.
Yeah, definitely, and that's another core. They just took down the Midas bottom. Kraken bottom lane
Wow.
charge. Too much damage
Kraken's
for Fade.
just going, man.
Yeah,
Mathias is on
yeah, he's
fire.
making a lot of space right now for Swiftblade and South Forest. Really, really nice job with that portal key picked up. But yeah, the bottom tower taken down by ECX pretty much evened out the top tower that Fresh just got. But a couple of quick pickoffs, putting them all of a sudden from a very even game to 2.4k XP, 2.4k gold, 2.3 thousand. I can't talk. Anyway,
However you say
another
these
kill with
numbers.
the ultimate this time from Kraken.
Oh, is he going to get out? He is. He actually escapes right there. Did not have his stun as well. Mathias is he's just really controlling the pace of the game right now for his team. And yeah, you mentioned the leads that they have now, 3,000 gold lead, 4,000 experience lead. It's really not all because of him, but a massive part of that is because of him, no doubt. Now, again, you look at the positive in the Legion side. Obviously, the Wild saw 500 GPM is something you really can't overlook, but
Yeah.
got to feel good if you're
Yeah,
ECX
he's
here.
making so much space with that portal key. I think he even just got a haste rune, so doing a good job of rune control. Man, Own Me always gets haste. Anyway, Fade activates the ulti bottom, but there was nobody there, so just used as a scouting tool. They do get a nice D ward in their own jungle, so now Wild Soul has the comfort factor of feeling safe with that ward being countered. We do see 4 players top for ECX, so they're going to perhaps look to go on this Puppet, who does get the deny, so that's a nice job from Different Guy. But he should be very careful hanging around, and yeah, he senses something's up, falls back off that creep wave, so good heads up.
Yeah, it fell back just in time. So Boy here. Instead, going to go back to the jungle now. It does have that Rune Cleaver, of course. As oh, no camps for him, though. At least over here. Yeah, we'll have to go over here and farm those ones instead.
Yeah, Kraken decided to start taking a little bit of space. Said, I've been making too much space for you. I want some for myself, so. Yeah.
You got Lord South Forest buying the Ice Brand. As far as getting that Frosted Skull eventually, but Iceman again, always one of those funky items to see is earlier on. He's trying to live right here. Protective Melody will help save that. Now he's going for some turn potential. That Voodoo Puppet eventually dies, so does he. Got the kill on a Midas, though. Shockwave used on top of that, of course. Swift slashes, meanwhile, in the background to take out Fade. Bound Eye, by the way, on Swiftblade to help with. Did he get that from? Oh, no, Chioli actually bought it, so okay. Very early Bound Eye here. From the
Yeah, he's very known for doing this. 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes even 10 minutes, depending on how much of a lead that they could be in. Loves picking up early bound eyes and taking over the map control. One of the few supports that actually does value that bound eye very early on. Wild still gets a tower in the bottom lane. Release the Kraken, gonna hit him though.
Yep, there he gets pulled back in, and that
is so well played. Really well executed from Kraken.
Yeah. Smart with the positioning and everything. I mean, you could just tell he's just so on right here, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of this Kraken pick came with him saying, you know, I feel like playing Kraken this game, and he's showing why here. He is definitely, again, the control and the pace, and this lead just continues to get bigger and better. Now in the middle lane, if they can get a kill on it, this would be a nice streak stopper right here. It's some bonus gold, and with the way it's happening, yeah, it's going to be a kill. So, all right, finally Caster's Curse kicking in there. Matter of time. And Matthias, his legendary streak will stop, so 600 bonus gold for Sloska there.
Yeah, and you know, Fade not having really the best game, but you know, it gets a nice boost of gold with that kill streak going down. So actually picks up a tablet of command, so not too shabby for Slosky there. Activates the reflection here, but oh, he's gonna run straight into the bound eye. No slash is the biggest difference this time.
Strides away, gonna maybe look in the middle lane, but yeah, not gonna find anything there either. So, but yeah, Fade has recovered. It's safe to say a little bit here. He mentioned the tablet he just got to, so big guy to pick up there. Definitely could use the levels now, though. Getting level 11 against we talk about in the past, really important level for her to hit because of the uptime and the downtime of the reflection, as it's called. Why is it called reflection? That's so weird to me. It just seems reflection.
I guess because it's supposed to be like a mirrored image of you in a different form or something or other. So I guess I don't know. I'm just trying to think what it means. But yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, Fade used to be a lot different a long time
with
ago.
The different E, I think, where he had two forms.
Yeah, he had like two forms.
Like
so I'm trying to think like if maybe that had something to do with it, and they just never changed the name. But
you might be onto something. I forget if the Ultimate ever got its name changed or not, but
yeah,
that's something that I forgot about that actually.
Yep, that was a long time ago.
As you were saying, we got double veiled rot, Kraken and Behemoth.
They looking for the jump. You got Behemoth for the time to go. There we go. Wild Soul. Maybe the target initially. He's obviously pretty tanky, though. Behemoth does find a great shockwave there. Multiple heroes. Protective Melody again from Rhapsody coming out. Nobody dead yet. Unbelievable. Swift Slash is even going to be canceled right there on the uphill. So
yeah, he lost vision, I think, so they stopped. That was not a full Swift Slashes. That would have taken down Puppet for sure. That's so unfortunate.
How did nobody die there? I had to double check for buybacks. I mean, nothing. Simply nobody died that whole fight. That was crazy.
The biggest thing was the missed initiation by Kraken, so didn't get the quick lockdown with the ulti onto the Wild Soul, which was their target of choice. So from there on out, it was just a little bit of a scattered fight. Behemoth did land a really good shockwave, however, it only being level 1 didn't do the biggest damage output. So yeah, hero's just being a little bit too tanky at the moment, and maybe a misspell or two here. So Slash is unfortunately not going all the way through. I think biggest factors in that fight for sure.
see the Frostful Skull on South Forest. He actually just got a Hungry Spirit now, so going to be getting some kind of lifesteal. I guess they don't have an Abyssal Skull on their side. Yeah, Swiftblade didn't end up getting one, so probably going to be that Abyssal Skull here.
Yeah, armor quite good since they're against the Wild Soul Puppet. With the Whiplash, does do a fair amount of autos as well. So the armor items are definitely nothing to pass up for sure.
Pushing out the bottom lane. Tower. You got Kraken is here.
Might be in trouble here. Burning Shadows goes out.
Are they going? They are going to try. Lightning Shackles out as well. Is it enough damage? It is not. Kraken the charge is too much. Meanwhile, the counter now from Behemoth. They catch them overextending big time. Blitz is dead. Fades down. You see Midas now actually in a bit of trouble off to the side of the Undying's put on him. There's no way he's getting away. So a 3 for nothing. Kraken not only making the plays aggressively, but defensively as well.
Yeah, a bit of an overextension from Fresh there. Didn't get the kill onto Kraken. Had mana after the call came out for the charge. So overextension into return kills onto 3. Going to open up the Kongor now for Swiftblade. This should go uncontested, and that will be a token onto Swiftblade now. So really looking good now for ECX.
Kongor, he's going to fall right here. So yep, token. Swiftblade is mentioned here. Again, the really big shining star is that Wild Soul. 530 gold per minute. There's a blessed orb currently. Shockwave going to be used on him right here. They're going to try to kill him. I don't even know if they have enough damage, as strange as that sounds. In fact, yeah, he's looking to turn this now. The bear's even coming over. He is in that bear form. Behemoth is going to fall. Oh, boy. Yep, they learned their lesson pretty quickly there. You better have a lot of damage if you're going to kill this guy.
Did they use Shockwave?
They did, yes.
Okay, yes, okay. Yep. Yeah, level 1 Shockwave, it's not enough.
I don't think Boo Boo was next to him, though, when he did, so I don't know if that was Probus seeing that, so he spread him out, or if he just happened to be farming with it elsewhere, but yeah, I think that had a little bit to do with it as well. The Boo Boo wasn't taking damage on top of him. So, yeah.
Yeah, he is quite tanky when he does have the straight Steam Boots on. It's at, excuse me, at about 1800 life, so it's quite tanky.
You see the Bound Eye and Swiftblade, using that to maybe try to get some counter ward over here, but nothing to be found. It'll pop some invis that he happened to pick up right there, as Rhapsody also running with the Veiled Rot next to him here. Midas, just out of range of that area. Puppet Master could be a victim, though. So slashes, yep, the staccato stuns, easy kill. Great find there. He's going to run right into Wild Soul, though. And now he might end up falling, actually. He does have the token, so that'll at least bring him back up. But the Burning Shadows to start. And now Fade, unfortunately, out to the side. Now she's going to get caught. Oh, the tablet avoids a charge. Not going to matter, though, I'm sure. Well, they are all melee here. But they do eventually catch up. And they take out Fade, too.
Yeah, I actually had another stun coming up, so if that Rhapsody staccato wasn't there, could have potentially stunned all the melees and bought himself a little bit more time, but nice job securing that kill onto Fade. But yeah, we saw once the Swift Slashes are down, Wild Soul does tons of work against the Swiftblade, so that's where the Swiftblade, you go back to the Swiftblade, really good against the Puppet, but Wild Soul just doesn't care about the right clicks, because all that armor he gets, as well as being naturally very tanky. Splits up the Frostburn for the Frostful Skull, so going to be even a little bit more tanky, as well as have that AoE slow effect. There's only a Shrunken Head onto Kraken, and once that Blade Frenzy is down, we'll be able to just sit on the Swiftblade and slow him. So that could cause a lot of issues for Swiftblade, for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, that the Wild Soul is as much of a lead that this team has on the Hellborn side. Wild Soul is definitely going to be one that it's going to be really scary. Again, we saw the instance of it yesterday, especially when Probus able to really get up there with his farm and really kind of show off, you know, how dangerous this hero can be. And you know, you always kind of go to the idea of this. He technically has 12 item slots, and well, honestly, even just Wild Soul himself, without the bear really having a lot of farm. If anything, you just have the bear carry an aura or two, like the Abyssal Skull, and that's doing plenty of work already. So, yeah, has the potential to take over the game. Is I guess the ultimate point of getting at there. And again, as we kind of saw yesterday, it is kind of funny to see the gap though, like him and his teammates as far as levels and stuff. But they missed the initiation right there. Kraken filling that charge. And a little unfortunate because that could have been a big burst potential onto him, but.
Yeah, even pops
Short.
the Shrunken, so that is now down for 70 seconds. I don't think Fresh will stop knowing that that's down.
Oh.
Nice tablet.
Tablet away, going to be fine initially. Protecting Melody, saving some damage. She's going to be stopped though. Oh, big shockwave right there. Hits 3 heroes, including Wild Soul. And he melts away. That's exactly what they were looking for. Behemoth. Who's playing Behemoth? Zane, of course, playing Behemoth. Look at that. GG, well played. The vote to concede, and the game's over. The shockwave that ended the game. Wow.
Wow, I am speechless. I did not see a concede vote coming out, and
didn't
that
either.
was a massive shockwave, but really didn't expect them to give up just like that.
Yeah.
I guess there were 4 heroes above the 400 gold per minute mark. Even Rhapsody farming quite well, 275 gold per minute at that point, 7-1 and 7. So, yeah, just a really well executed team fight from ECX.
I got the replay up here. I'm seeing how long it takes for them to actually concede. Yeah, down goes Wild Soul. There's the hat trick and the vote to concede and then the pass. So it's like 2-3 seconds after Wild Soul dies. It's GG, well played, basically. So what a quick, sudden finish. I mean, yes, they had a great lead there at that point, especially. It's funny, though, in the sense we were just talking about Wild Soul and how he is scary and how great farm he's having, and then sure enough that happened. So, anyways, point is, Game 1 goes to ECX. Congratulations to them. We'll see game number 2 now. Going to be coming up. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We got game number 2 coming up here on Honcast. Deadeye Bounty League Season 2 action here at the group stages. Game 2. We'll be right back.